Hey, hello, what's up everyone? In this video, I'm going to teach you about Mercury in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart. So before beginning, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon and click the like button. And if you have any doubt after watching this video, please do mention it in my below comment section, okay? So let's begin. So mainly, what do you mean by Navamsa chart or the D9 chart? See, Navamsa chart or the D9 chart is the second most important chart after your birth chart. Okay, so it is seen for mainly the strengthness of the planet. Okay, so it is also seen for the relationship between you and your spouse. It is also seen for your married life, how it will be mainly. It is also seen for your spouse. Okay, so it is also seen for your second half of your life, how it will be after your second half of your life. So it also gets activated after your second half of your life. Okay, that is after 33 or 36 years of life. So these are the things mainly the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart is seen for. Now coming to the strengthness of the planet. So how to see the strengthness of the planet? So let's take for example, if any planet is debilitated in the birth chart. So let's consider Sun is debilitated in the birth chart and that planet Sun is exalted in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart. So that represents that planet Sun has gained extra strength or extra power. Okay. So now next coming to the relationship between you and your spouse or your how your married life will be. So that is seen through the significant planet or the Karaka planet. See, every individual chart including the divisional chart and the birth chart has its own significant planet or the Karaka planet. So let's say for example in the birth chart or D1 chart, Sun is the significant planet. If Sun is very well placed, you will be having very good life. Okay, so like that. So in the Navamsa chart or the D9 chart, Venus, okay, is the Karaka planet or the significant planet. So if Venus is very well placed, that too in the exalted sign, Multrikon sign, own sign or the friendly sign, that say so that says that your married life will be very good. Okay, that too in the Kendras or Trikonas. Okay, or even in the 2 or 11th house. Okay, so now coming to your this one, the first house of D9 Navamsa chart. Now first house of D9 Navamsa represent your second half of your life, how it will be, or what are your interests towards your second half of your life, whether you will connect to the your soul will be connected towards your spouse. Okay, so these kind of things. So what are your this one relationship between you and your spouse are represented by first house and all. So how it will be and all, and your second half of your life mainly. So now when what does planet Mercury represent? See, planet Mercury represent that your intelligence. Okay, it represent your smartness. It also represent your how intelligent you are in order to deal in terms of married life and our second half of your life. Okay, it also represent person who is very business minded, who is very practical, who is very analytical, who is very logical, who is very reliable also. So these are the things are represented by planet Mercury, and also it also represent decision making person, very good at decision making things and all. Okay, now coming to when Mercury is placed in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart. Now what it represents? So it represents that so the person will be very intelligent person, obviously. Okay, the person will also be very smart, he'll be very cunning. Okay, he'll be very he'll be very fickle minded person. Okay, who changes from one place to another, who changes his or her mind from one place to another from time to time. So these are the things that I have noticed. Okay, when Mercury is placed in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart. And the another thing is that the person will be very intelligent in handling if any problem comes in the married life or even after second half of person's life, the person will be very intelligent in handling those problems and all. Okay, so these are things I have noticed. Okay, and Mercury in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart shows that the person will be very good businessman or businesswoman. Okay, so the person will be very good at business. Person will be very business minded person, very practical in nature, very logical thinking, and person will be very communicative in the marriage. Okay, so in the marriage, the marriage will be like business partnership marriage. Okay, so through business things only the marriage happens. Okay, and also in the marriage the person will be very communicative. So these are the things Mercury in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart represent. So when Mercury is debilitated in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart, So that represent that person will be a very spiritual person. Okay, because Pisces zodiac sign, where the Mercury is debilitated, the Pisces zodiac sign represent spiritual things and all. So it's a water zodiac sign. So that represent person will be very spiritual thinking person and all. Okay, so like he or she will be interested in yoga, meditation, and so and so. So now coming to the conjunction of planets. Now what happens when Mercury is conjunct with different planets, like including benefic and malefic planets. Now coming to benefic planets, what happens when Mercury is conjuncted benefic planets like Moon, Venus and Jupiter. Now when Mercury is conjuncted with benefic planets, it will give very good results during the marriage time or after second half of life. Why? Because I will tell you. See, when Mercury is conjuncted planet Jupiter, that represents that person will be very person will have very person will get promised married life. Okay, and the person will be having long lasting happy married life. So these kind of things are represented in Mercury, and Jupiter are in the first house, even though the Mercury is debilitated. Okay, so that is represented by Mercury and Jupiter, and the person will be interested towards only finance, that too in the business side. Okay, the person will be very interested towards gaining money, gaining finance, very good income through the business things and all, because Mercury represents business, Jupiter represents finance. Okay, so these are things that I have noticed most of the person when they come to consultancy and ask about the business things and all. So the person will be having Mercury and Jupiter in the first house. So that's what I have analyzed most. Okay, now when Mercury is conjunct with benefic planet Venus, that represents person will be a very good artistic person wants to enjoy luxurious life, person will have very good married life. Okay, so these are things Mercury and Venus are conjuncted with each other in the first house of D9 Navamsa represent. Now when Mercury is conjuncted with Moon, that represents person will get happiness through marriage only when the person communicates in the marriage. Okay, so it depends upon the communication of the person, how the person communicates and how happily communicates. So that's dependent on the Mercury and Moon conjunction. Now coming to when Mercury is conjuncted with malefic planets like Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. So that gives a lot of struggles. Through struggles the person will get very good this one married life, and after second half of your life the person struggles, goes through the struggles and all, and then he'll get very good the person will get very good life, second half life. Okay, now coming to when Mercury is conjuncted with planet Sun, that represents person will be very intelligent, person will be very bold, person will be very this one, what is that, very good at leadership, taking leadership skill, taking leadership on particular areas. So person will be very good at ordering on particular, ordering his or her spouse. Okay, so these are things are represented when Mercury is conjuncted with Sun. So what happens when Mercury is conjuncted with Mars? So that represents person will be very energetic, will be very person will be very intelligent, and person will be also commanding the spouse. Person will be commanding his or her spouse. Okay, so these are things are represented when Mercury and Mars is conjuncted in the first house of D9 Navamsa. Now coming to Saturn. So when Mercury is conjuncted with Saturn, that represents that person will get a late married life. Okay, if Jupiter is not aspecting the first house, the person will get very late in married life. So it also shows that person will get very stable spouse, long lasting relationship, even if the person gets married very late. Okay, the person will have very older spouse, will get older spouse who is very older than him. Okay, in the terms of age I am telling, and the person will get a very intelligent spouse also who has very good experience. Okay, so these are the things that are represented when Mercury and Saturn are conjuncted in each other, and person will be very practical in nature because both the planets represent practical thinking, reality. So person will be very reality thinking, will have very reality thinking mind in person nature. Okay, after second half of person's life. Now when Mercury is conjunct with Rahu, that represents that person will be very good business minded person. Okay, person will be very good at technical things. So these are the things when Mercury and Rahu are conjuncted with each other. Person desires for more and more fame, okay, through business and more money also. So these are things it represented when Mercury and Rahu conjuncted in the first house of D9 Navamsa. Now when Mercury and Ketu are conjuncted in the first house of D9 Navamsa, so that represents that person will be very interested towards the spiritual things like yoga, meditation and all. Person will be very interested towards doing this one, taking class, taking yoga class, taking meditation class and making money through that. Okay, because because Mercury represent business, so Ketu represent yoga, meditation and occult sciences like astrology and all. So through this conjunction the person will be taking class. Okay, so and then making money. Okay, so through business. So these are things when Mercury and Ketu conjuncted in the first house of D9 Navamsa chart. So this is guys for today. So these are the different conjunctions that I have analyzed. So and what happens when Mercury is conjuncted with different planets and all. And so these are the results that I got it from different horoscopes and all. So in the next video I am going to continue the career in Navamsa series. Okay, so this is it for today. So if you are new to my channel, please subscribe below, or else I'll see you in the next video. So until and unless, thank you, bye bye, love you, take care.